This session is about benzene and its aromaticity. I am Dr. Fazal. So after going through this session, you are going to learn what is the structure of benzene, what is aromaticity, and how aromaticity is explained by Haeckel.
Why benzene is so important? Have you thought of? There are many stories related to the structure of benzene. Benzene has got many properties. Benzene is having the molecular formula of C6H6. There is a concept in chemistry is what we call degree of saturation. So if it is an alkane, its structure is supposed to be C6H14. Means if there are 6 carbon atom, it is supposed to have 14 hydrogen atom. But benzene is having only 6 hydrogen atom. 1:1 ratio. So that is the mystery about benzene. So how could you reduce hydrogen atom in an organic compound if you ask? There are two possibilities. So if you have double bond, you imagine CH3CH3. It is ethane. If you wanted to introduce a double bond, you will reduce 2 hydrogen atom. If you wanted to introduce a triple bond, you will reduce 4 hydrogen atom. So this is one way of reducing the hydrogen atom by introducing a pi bond. It's not like you are introducing, it's the property of the molecule. So here you can imagine that this benzene is having 4 double bonds. It's not possible. 4 double bonds, like if there are 6 carbon atom, whichever be the way you arrange, by explaining all the properties of benzene, it is not possible. So there is another way, like if you take CH3, CH2, CH3, you can reduce 2 hydrogen atom from this molecule by connecting this carbon atom and this carbon atom. That's what this. So introducing a ring structure also will reduce 2 hydrogen atom. So this is what behind the concept of degree of unsaturation. Degree of unsaturation. So if there is a deficiency of 2 hydrogen atom, then degree of unsaturation is equal to 1. I just told about some interesting fact that led to the discovery of the structure of benzene molecule. So you must have heard of the story related to Kekulé. Kekulé is the first one who given out a particular structure that will satisfy many of the properties observed, like benzene will not go for addition reaction even though it is having many double bonds. Of course, addition reaction is the main property of the double bond. The double bond would love to go for addition reaction, but the double bond in benzene will not go for addition reaction. This is the most striking difference that differentiate a normal double bond and the double bond in benzene. So there are many more points like that. We can just enter into the structure of benzene. So this is what the structure of benzene. I have kept a particular arrow mark. This arrow mark is a special arrow mark in chemistry. Why a special arrow mark in chemistry? According to IUPAC, this particular arrow mark, double-sided arrow mark or double-headed arrow mark, is preserved to show the resonance structures. If you are able to draw more than one Louis dot structure for a molecule, it is called resonance. So benzene cannot be represented by using a single Louis dot structure. So there are many possibilities. Out of that, we take only two. That's what I have taken over here. So what is the difference between this, if you ask? Here double bond is not there, whereas here double bond is there. So the double bond and single bond are alternative positions if you take this structure. But here, wherever a single bond is here, there you could see double bond over here. That's what the difference. So this structure is put forward by Kekulé. So I am asking you a question. What is the ratio of the number of sigma bonds present in benzene to the number of pi bond present in benzene? That's the question. So all of you will be having a particular answer. It is 2:1, sir. That's what you want to say. So I would love to recall the real structure of benzene. That is this. Six hydrogen atoms are present. So 6 CH bonds are present. These are also sigma bonds. And 6 CC bonds are present. 6 CH bonds are present. Total 12 sigma bonds. And there are 3 pi bonds. 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. So 4 is the answer. So what we have already drawn, it's the Louis dot structure. Now we'll come to the next stage of chemical bonding, that is VBD. According to valence bond theory, how do we draw the overlapping diagram for benzene? So I have told you a shortcut method in order to understand what is the type of hybridization undergone by a carbon atom. So you need to count how many sigma bonds over here. So if you analyze like that, you will understand each carbon atom is sp2 hybridized. So if you draw sp2 hybridized orbitals, so what you can do, you can put 6 dots like this, so that it will be a regular structure. So I have to represent sp2 hybrid orbital of this carbon atom, 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 of this carbon atom. So I have already represented 6 sp2 hybridized carbon atoms. Now you remember that if you take the electronic configuration of carbon atom, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. So yes, p, 3p. After excitation, you hope you remember all the story. So 2s1, 2p3. So 4 unpaired electrons. So the hybridization what is undergone by the carbon atom in benzene, it is sp2. So there is a unhybridized carbon atom, unhybridized p orbital. That p orbital will be there in each carbon atom. It comes like this, pure p orbital. So they will go for overlapping. Suppose if you are taking these two, then the possibility is between these two and the possibility is between these two. So this structure represent this molecule. Then how do you draw the structure of this one? What would be the difference comparing to this? So the difference is, I'll just tell you, this is an in-class question. You have to draw the orbital overlapping diagram for benzene according to VBT for this particular molecule. For this I have already drawn. So what will be the difference? Here we have made these two p orbital to overlap. Suppose if we have made these two p orbital to overlap, then the structure will be this. So hope you understood the difference. Then you have to draw that. So this is the question. Draw orbital overlapping diagram for above canonical structure of benzene. Now let's recall about a reaction I have already told you, undergone by an alkene. So this is an alkene. Alkene means alkene is having a double bond. So if it is treated with bromine, you don't have to do anything, because when it is treated with bromine, you are going to do this test in your laboratory in practicals. This is what we call bromine water test. So what you do, that test is called test for unsaturation. What you do, you will take the compound which is suspected to be unsaturated. So what you will do, a little of this compound will be added to bromine water. Then what will happen, if there is the presence of an active double bond, immediately bromine will added across the double bond like this, and you will get a product like this. So what will happen, in the bromine water, bromine is there. Bromine will have a violet color. So what will happen, the bromine will be reacting with the alkene, so that bromine will get consumed. When bromine is not there, that violet color will be missed. That's why it is called decoloration of bromine water. Suppose you have taken benzene. Benzene is having many double bond. Will it decolorize bromine water? That's what the question. Please look into this diagram. I have taken benzene, initially benzene. I have treated with bromine and I have written a product. If you wanted to get this product, benzene has to go for addition reaction. Addition reaction means a molecule will be added across the double bond. Here the molecule is bromine. So the experience says that this molecule will never go for addition reaction. So addition reaction is not possible with the benzene ring to get like this. It's not possible. Whereas with a lot of difficulty, benzene goes for this particular reaction is what we call substitution reaction. Substitution reaction, you can understand, this hydrogen atom is replaced by bromine or substituted by bromine. So on the side chain of the ring, there was a hydrogen atom. It is replaced by bromine. So this reaction is what we call substitution reaction. And if you wanted to know its full name, it is electrophilic substitution reaction. Electrophilic means something which loves electron is substituted. So, moral of the story, number 1, this double bond is not available. The double bond which is on the benzene ring is not free to go for a reaction. Second point is, benzene is not free. Moreover that, it is highly attached to the benzene ring. It's something like, I'll tell an analogy like this. There is an activity in well of death, circus activity. മലയാളത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ മരണക്കുണ്ട് എന്ന് പറയും. So in well of death, when a stuntman is riding the bike, you must have observed, it will be, he may come even up the upper side. He will not fall down. Why he is not falling down? There is some physics explanation from physics. The same way, these electrons are bound to the benzene ring, just like how the stuntman is bound to the well of death. There is something which makes this electron means this pi electrons. That's what I meant. This pi electron. This pi electron is attached to all the carbon atom so that it is not free. This is what the observation after studying about the benzene, which does not go for normal addition reaction. Instead of that, with a lot of difficulty, it goes for substitution reaction. What is that property which gives an excess stability or an extra stability for benzene ring? That's what we call aromaticity. Aroma means aromatic, initially called for the compound which has good smell. But now aromaticity is a property that contribute extra stability for some chemical compound. So the question is, what is aromaticity? So it is the extra stability possessed by benzene, by which benzene retain its conjugated structure through all sorts of the chemical reactions by keeping the benzene structure intact. So by keeping the benzene structure intact is important. So benzene has got an extra stability. That extra stability which makes the benzene structure intact during the course of many chemical reaction is what we call aromaticity. You can recall the well of death where the stuntman is adherent to the walls of the well. The same way, the pi electron of the double bond in benzene ring is adherent to the carbon skeleton of the benzene ring. So the correct word must be used to mention the aromaticity is exceptional stability. It's not extra, it is exceptional stability acquired by benzene. That's what we call aromaticity. So, duty of science is you have to explain it. Instead of saying some extra stability, what is this stability due to? That's the question. That's why a scientist by name Huckel, he put forward his observation. He came to a conclusion. It is like this. If a molecule is planar and cyclic, fully conjugated and having odd number of pairs of pi electrons, they will have exceptional stability and will have the property of aromaticity. So let's take benzene. Benzene planarity comes actually last, even though you can mention planar. By looking at the structure, you can't say whether it is actually planar or not, but still we'll take it casually, planar. If it is aromatic, it has to be planar only, no doubt about it. But you can't see the molecule and say the structure of the molecule and say it is planar. So we'll keep it aside. Cyclic. So you could see the benzene ring, it is cyclic. It is having ring structure and fully conjugated. Fully conjugated means if there is double bond and single bond alternatively like this. So if it is like this, or you can take like this, one more. So it is understood that, like I have asked you to draw the VBT orbital overlapping diagram for benzene. I have given an in-class question. If you recall, you could see that those two structure for benzene gives a hint that these pi electrons are free to move in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atom, because they occupy alternate positions. So what happened is, like I have asked you, so like you have so here you have taken these two p orbital, that's why pi bond is formed. Suppose if these two p orbitals are involved in double bonding, that means that double bond could be there in between those two carbon atom. So you just recall benzene's two Kekulé structures, and how did you explain by drawing overlapping diagram according to VBT. From that you can have a moral, that is, this pi electrons are free to move if there is single and double bond alternatively. So those type of system where single bond and double bonds are there alternatively, continuously, are what we call fully conjugated. So benzene is planar. You can say planar only because it is aromatic. When it is aromatic, it has to be planar. But by seeing the molecule, you can't say. That's what I said. I don't want to highlight it again. So benzene is planar. Benzene is cyclic. Point number 2. Point number 3, it is fully conjugated. Being cyclic and conjugated, what can happen is, suppose you imagine like this. So one electron is starting from here. So it has got the freedom to move around and come to the initial position from where it is started. So that's what meant by fully conjugated. And the next point is very interesting. Odd number of pairs of electron. So this is what the ultimate point that really contributes to aromaticity. See here, if you count, this is one pair of pi electron, this is the second pair of pi electron, and this is the third pair of pi electron. Third pair of pi electrons means totally how many pairs of pi electron? There are 3 pairs of pi electron. Don't you think it is an odd number of pairs of pi electron? Yes, it is an odd number of pairs of pi electron. For that, Huckel has made it a bit more scientific. He has applied an equation. That is, I have said pairs of pi electron, odd number of pairs of pi electron. This is the simple way of expressing that point by an equation. That equation is, if there is 4n plus 2 pi electrons, 4n plus 2 pi electron, you apply any value for this n. N could be 0, n could be 1, n could be 2, n could be 3, any number, but the molecule cannot be there beyond if it is 4 into 1 plus 2, 3 pairs, 4 into 2 means 8 plus 2, 10 electrons, 5 electron, that is the maximum, that doesn't exist actually. So 4n plus 2, the possible numbers are 0 and 1. You apply 0 and 1 and you divide the value with 2. Suppose you take n is equal to 1. So 4 into 1, 4 plus 2, 6. 6 divided by 2, how many pairs? 3 pairs. You take 4 into 0, so 0. 2 by 2 is equal to 1. So how many pairs? 1 pairs. So don't you think this 3 and 1 is odd number? Planar, cyclic with fully conjugated system and having 4n plus 2 pi electrons are exceptionally stable, such molecules are called aromatic molecules. This is what